Someone throws a punch at your face, so you grab a baseball bat and beat them senseless. Self-defense, right? Wrong. You just turned a valid defense into aggravated assault. Welcome to self-defense law, where the difference between hero and criminal is all about proportionality. Self-defense seems simple. Someone attacks you, so you fight back. Case closed. But tort law has turned this basic human right into a legal minefield, where one wrong move can cost you everything. First rule, reasonable belief. You don't need to wait until someone actually hits you. If you reasonably believe an attack is about to happen, you can defend yourself. But here's the catch. Your belief has to be objectively reasonable, not just reasonable to you. So, if someone yells, "I'm going to kill you," while reaching into their jacket, you might be justified in attacking first. But if you attack someone because you felt threatened by their presence, that probably isn't going to cut it in court. The proportional force rule is where most people get destroyed. You can only use the amount of force reasonably necessary to stop the threat. Someone pushes you, you can push back. Someone throws a punch, you can punch back. But you can't shoot someone who slapped you. The retreat rule is where self-defense gets really controversial. Most states say you don't have to run away before defending yourself. But if you're facing deadly force, some states require you to retreat if you can do so safely before using deadly force yourself, except in your own home. The castle doctrine says your home is your castle and you never have to retreat from your own property. Break into someone's house and they can use whatever force they think is necessary, including deadly force, even if they could have just run out the back door. And here's where people get sued into oblivion: excessive force. Even in your own home, you can't torture someone who breaks in. You can't shoot someone who's already down, and you can't use deadly force against someone who's clearly not a deadly threat. The reasonable mistake doctrine is actually pretty generous. If you genuinely and reasonably believe someone is attacking you, you are protected even if you're wrong. Shoot someone you think is an armed intruder, but it's actually your teenager sneaking in late. As long as your mistake was reasonable, you might be protected. But reasonable is doing a lot of work in that sentence. Courts look at what information you had, how much time you had to assess the situation, and whether a reasonable person in your position would have made the same mistake. Road rage incidents are perfect examples of self-defense gone wrong. Someone cuts you off, you both get out of your cars, words are exchanged, and suddenly someone's claiming they felt threatened and had to defend themselves. Courts have to sort out who was the aggressor and who was defending. And here's what's really messed up. Self-defense law varies wildly by state. What's justified self-defense in Texas might be murder in New York. What's reasonable force in Florida might be excessive in California. So remember, self-defense isn't a license to be a vigilante. It's a narrow legal protection for people who use reasonable force to protect themselves from imminent harm. Exceed those boundaries, and your defense becomes your liability.